So it is quite amazing how so many women don't really know enough about their cycle. As a matter of fact, when we teach this subject in the reproductive module, and we go through the different changes that happen in the female cycle, from digestive changes, elimination, from even flexibility and the mobility of the joints, how they change throughout the cycle from day 1 to whatever it may be, day 28, 30, 31, 32. So how do you feel about this, Caroline? What do you think?
Well, I couldn't agree more with you, Monse. And I think one of the things that surprises me the most is that when, coming from a breathing perspective, is how little the students seem to know about how the hormonal change actually affects your breathing. And it can be that there's certain times of the month that you're actually just feeling more anxious. And you haven't realized that's actually connected to, how you've been breathing and how those hormonal changes have affected the breath.
Wow.
So
yes. And myself thinking, when I listen to this, for example, I think to myself, okay, well, my breath changes through the cycle. How am I going to find out? How do I know if my breathing changes? What do I have to do to know?
well, I think the first thing that we would work on is actually noticing how we are breathing and recognizing how that might change throughout your cycle. And I think that awareness is the sort of first place to start. And then we would look at finding that the techniques that are actually going to work for you to help you to manage those symptoms.
Yeah. So would you say, like, to do a breath journaling, like to every day, or maybe in the morning and in the evening, or whenever you feel that your breath is agitated, to write it down or make a note of it? When is your breath calmer and when is more agitated through the cycle, and to try and make a little bit of sense out of it?
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful way to start. And it can literally just take a couple of minutes a day, a couple of sentences on a piece of paper that we could then look through and say, okay, we can see that you're particularly sensitive during this time in your cycle. And that would be a great place to start.
Yes, that's great. That's a great idea. And then, of course, you would adapt the different practices, including your exercise, right? You would adapt your exercise through the female cycle, and also depending on those symptoms that you notice yourself. Yeah.
Yes. And there can also be other factors that are actually contributing to that as well, which we can look at on the course of our work together.
It's great. Yeah, yoga therapy for the reproductive system, family dynamics, and the aging process is a great module that covers the different life stages. And of course, we talk about also how to work with people and individuals of different genders, and at any moment in their life, and their relationship and dynamics within the family, and how important, how all of that affects somebody's health. So thank you for listening, and we'll see.